Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with 60 and Me. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to share today's topic with you. I think we all start sometimes to feel a little bit overwhelmed with this crazy life that we're all living. And one of our bloggers wrote an article that reminded me how important it is to just appreciate the tiny things in life and to experience what she calls les petits bonheurs. And if you don't know French, I don't either. I just know a little few words. I will explain that to you in just a few minutes, what they are and why they're important in your life. So my tea today is such a sweet tea. I got this in the mail the other day. It's mint watermelon black tea. One of our beautiful sisters in 60 and Me sent this to me, Deborah Martin. Deborah, thank you so much. It's actually one of the most unusual teas I've ever drunk. Mint watermelon black tea. And it's from Trader Joe's, I think. Yeah, I miss Trader Joe's. Actually, I used to live in the States and I love that place. But anyway, it's a really nice tea. It doesn't taste like black tea at all. It tastes like watermelon and it has a bit of mint. Anyway, it's super good. And thank you, Deborah, so much for the thought. It was lovely to receive the gift. Thank you. So tea is important for me, as is our sponsor for this show. Now, International Living is a company that we work with who has, their mission is to help people retire abroad. So if you're thinking about retiring in an exotic place in Central America, South America, Asia, anywhere around the world, even in Europe, they have got reports and resources for you to examine. And I'm not kidding. They've got more information in these reports than you'll ever expect to receive. The real detailed stuff, what it's like to live in a place day to day. So internationalliving.com/60andme, and they'll send you a free report. There's no obligation, no cost. They'll just give you a link to the report and then you just download it and watch it. So thanks to International Living. Now, the story of Les Petits Bonheurs started with one of our bloggers, Karen Margaret Kay, and it wasn't, it started like I was reading a novel, kind of like setting a scene, and so I'll try to do the same for you. It's mid-August, mid-afternoon. Sun is up, it's quite warm. You just feel like you've been in the house, you've been sitting, and you want to go outside and just have a look around and just breathe in the air. And in her case, there's a garden. So you see your flowers and they're in bloom. They're just, absorbing the sun and just a beautiful moment. The breeze is blowing gently and there's a bird sitting on the tree next to you, maybe making a little noise. And all of your things that that you've saved up over the summer, your little lantern or candle, they're just there around you and you're feeling completely, utterly relaxed. That is a petit bonheur. It's a little moment. It's a moment of joy, of bliss. And it's amazing. Her article just goes then into talking about how often we need to, or whether how often you do indulge in these small moments of just pure happiness and joy. You just take time out of all the things that are overwhelming you and hitting you and bombarding you, and just have that warm breeze on your face and a moment of joy and happiness. I don't know how often you do this, but I think it's, as Karen Margaret Kay's book talks about, it's really more valuable than we ever can imagine. So day-to-day joys and simple pleasures. I'm a huge believer in this. Maybe it's something as simple as, just putting face cream on or body lotion, or having a shower and, just luxuriating in the hot water. Just those moments where everything washes away literally and figuratively, and you're just left with a pure, sense of peace. So she says that, like many women in our community, she just grabs them, where you can. But it's up to you. And I think, honestly, this is one of the things in our 60s and 70s where we can actually, take the time to do this. We can just take little petits bonheurs and just embrace them and not feel guilty about them. When you're a mom or you're at work and you've got this, kind of busy lifestyle, you're planning things, you're organizing, you don't actually, take time for yourself, but now you can. And she talks about also the obvious reason for doing this is that life is short and it's unexpected. And she gives the story of how life can change on a dime, so beautifully. A story of a man she was dating who tells her about his life, and when he was a young teenager, his mom and dad and his sister were killed in a car accident. and how he was just a young child and he came home from school and they weren't there. He didn't know what had happened. So he had sat on the porch and he sat there for a day until a relative found him and told him what had happened. And, you know, when she told that story in the article, I kind of, you know, I got goosebumps as I got them right now. But it's that kind of moment that, wow, I mean, that changes your life, doesn't it? But those kinds of unexpected things that happen in our lives are all the more reason to take time and really, really value what you have and be grateful for all the things you have. I know it's hard. I'm a bit of a worrier too. I worry as much as being a warrior. I think there's both parts in me personally and maybe in you too. I do think about things that could happen and I worry. But it's those moments when I like work at Karen, like I went on the balcony and, you know, breathe in the fresh air and just watch nature unfolding as a new season approaches. So she says you've got to choose happiness. Did you ever think about choosing happiness as a choice that you have? I think you can. And you choose it by selecting those moments. And she says, for example, you know, she always felt kind of unhappy and missing something because she wasn't married and all of her friends were in couples and doing things as pairs, and how that was just so disheartening for her, and how she used to completely, you know, just sink into herself and feel discouraged and a failure. And now realizes, as she's gotten a little older, as we do, that it doesn't matter. You know, it's okay. We don't need to compare ourselves to other people. You know, we know that we should-haves and would-haves and could-haves that come rambling into our thoughts as we get older, that we just have to choose to be happy. And do exactly what she said at the beginning. Choose some, you know, petite bonheurs. Now, don't be, you know, lazy or idle, but just, you've got ways to do it. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. I've got a little tickly summer cold here. One sec. That's better. Oh, my watermelon tea. It's really good. So anyway, here's some things you can do. Take a nap. Sometimes it's not a good thing. I know, because I get sleepy. I can get even sleepier after a nap sometimes. But if you take a nap, just put your feet up, you know, have a book, audio book or your real book, and just sit and take a break. Have a glass of wine while you're reading. Just treat yourself to a glass of wine or a little brandy or just something that, you know, just is like a statement to yourself that you're ready to relax. You want to enjoy your senses for just a moment. Take a walk in the park. Instead of doing the laundry, leave the laundry, go for a walk in the park. Do, you know, instead of brushing nature away from you, like I don't like bees very much, but I always now try to stop and watch them because they're really interesting, and maybe take a photograph if I can get close enough without freaking out. But bees and her case, I think it was hummingbirds, you know, or just something that she caught her eye, dragonfly. So instead of just like brushing it away, just like, wow, that's really beautiful. That's a petite bonheur. That's where you go, that's really cool. That's precious. And just treat yourself to that without any qualifications or any judgment. And it says here, it gives you a sense of power and poise. And you feel like you're carving a space in the day, which is yours. It's precious. You are precious. So that's our that topic about petite bonheurs. I think I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but it's just little things, little treasures, little happiness moments. And give yourself one today. Give yourself one right now. Just go out and appreciate something in your world around you. So how do you capture the little moments of bliss in your life? What are the little moments of bliss? Just leave your comments in the section below and we'll have a conversation. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being my little petite bonheur. These are my moments with you that help me to move ahead and around things that are on my mind. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. Take very good care, everybody. And yeah, we'll be back soon, but I'd love to know what your little petite bonheurs are. Lots of love. Take care. Bye-bye.